ബോളിവുഡ് താരം ജാവേദ് ജഫ്രിയാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ എന്നോടൊപ്പമുള്ളത്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ പുതിയ മലയാള ചിത്രം പിക്കറ്റ് 43ൻ്റെ വിശേഷങ്ങൾ നമ്മളുമായി പങ്കുവയ്ക്കുന്നു. I am very happy to have you on our show.
Yes, Namaskaram. Thank you very much. Indeed. Pleasure.
This new movie, it must be a tremendous experience for you. It's shot in Kashmir. It says the story of battlefield and soldiers.
Yes.
What was your experience shooting this movie?
See, what intrigued me initially to do this movie was the script and the idea, basic idea of one lone soldier. Differences which are tackled in this movie, and I
You
love
play
that.
the role of a Pakistani
I play a
soldier.
Pakistani soldier, yes.
You have never met a Pakistani soldier in your life. Must be a tough role
Yeah,
for you.
you observe. You know, what I do is, for me, as an actor, there's a data bank in your head, and you just observe various things in trains, on the news, somewhere, a gathering. So you just observe different people and just stays in your data bank, and then you try to put it together, saying, okay, I've got this, and now I make this.
But you did not have a model before you that...
No, I saw a few interviews of soldiers in documentaries on, whether it's National Geographic or whatever. I read some interviews in the papers. Yeah, that's it.
But the terrain, are you used to shooting on such kind of a terrain? Because that must be really cold, biting cold.
Yeah, it was. I've shot for a movie called Tehelka years ago, which was in the mountains of near the what's it called, Solang, Manali, the Rohtang Pass. We've shot there, very cold. But this was different because it was minus something, and we were there for an X amount of days. It was altitude, a lot of difficulty breathing, and then intense snow, and then falling on your face. And I had one or two emotional scenes without any cover, so I was like sitting with, this snow on my face and the wind blowing, and it was quite. But when you're doing it, you don't realize it. You go home, you go, man, what did I go through? But when you're doing it, it's like you're so involved in the script as an actor, as the making of the film, so you don't. But yes, it was pretty taxing on mentally and physically.
And Major Ravi and Prithviraj, probably you are with them for the first time.
Yes,
So how was the experience with them as an actor, as a friend, and how did you move around?
Major Ravi, I had met Major Ravi before. He was going to make a Hindi film, and I had an interaction with him, and I liked him then because he's extremely patriotic and nationalistic, and he's got this whole thing about the country and how we should be, which I liked, and he's open about it. And being with the army and his whole feeling about this country and the people and how it should be, the problem in the country and how it should be dealt with. So I had liked that, and then I met Prithviraj on the shoot. I just seen him in one or two Hindi movies. I had not seen his Malayalam films. So when I met him, I found him to be extremely respectful, and which humbled me. And then he was very involved in the entire making of the film, not just his role and his dialogue. Everything, me, him, how we're shooting this, let's do this, and the inputs to the director, to the producer. Then I also was involved, and so it became like Major Ravi was pretty open. Like, he knew his line, so he gave, for example, he said, okay, 70% is 80% is what I have locked, and now 20% I'll let the actors play. So he's open to that. So I think it's a good ratio to play with, because you go with a certain parameters, because there has to be a discipline. You can't just go and be random about what am I going to shoot. But yes, you give the actor the flexibility to play within the character.
So how did you fall as a part of this team? You were here by an accident, or by you chose to be a part of the Malayalam movie like this all of a sudden? What brought you to this particular?
Well, I won this role in a case of Russian roulette. We were playing in a bar in Las Vegas with OG and me, and finally I said I'm going to act in this movie, and then.
So you have been a friend of the producer.
No, I'm just joking. It was just there was a friend of mine, a common friend of OG and myself, and it was proposed to him, and Major Ravi knew me and he wanted to work with me. So it just came together through a common friend of ours. And it was not very quick. Like, okay, fine, we have to shoot, and we have so many days next month, and there's the second principal role in the film. So that's how it came. It was just boom.
But the ideology that this film promotes, the ideology of the soldier, the battlefield, patriotism, how much do you subscribe to such kind of an ideology? You have been always with the Aam Aadmi and such kind of a political ideology. Does it
No, but again, no, I've not always been. I've just been with them.
No, recently
not a
you have
year,
joined.
not even a year actually, not even a year. But see, that's different. I mean, I've not come in as a politician. I'm purely as somebody who belongs to this country and who thinks certain things which are honest has to be subscribed to and supported. Honest, clean politics has to be supported, and so that was what I was not into.
And all
it
of a sudden,
because-
from being an actor, you wanted to become.
No, I didn't want to be a
contest
politician.
elections.
I was not interested in being a politician. I was there to support. As I said, we have to support. We have to come and say, okay, I am with. If I believe in something which is honest, which is standing for good governance, which is standing for transparent governance, why shouldn't I stand for it? I mean, I'm not there to become an MP or an MLA, but I stood just to make a point that yes, we should support. If you believe that something is going wrong, then stand with what is right. You can't sit and complain and say this. So then back something which you feel is right. So
But then you were fighting against Rajnath Singh in Lucknow.
it is not against a person. It is about a mindset. It is about siding something and supporting something which you think as a mindset makes sense for this country, not for yourself. So you were just backing a mindset. It's not like I personal something about this man. I could have gone, if I wanted to be in politics, with so-called more popular parties or more.
Yeah, you could have done that, but you did not. You chose to be different.
Yeah, because
You chose to stand with what you think.
what I
was
felt was right.
Okay.
I didn't stand with because I want to make a career of it, or I put my money where my mouth is. I put my effort and my heart into what I believed in, and I think as a democracy, that's everybody has the right to back what they believe in. I'm not into it to make a career. Politics for me was not a career. It was something I believe that the country needs.
Yeah, and when you started your career as a villain in film, and then you won applause, but then you chose to be a comedian.
No, as I said again, I
happened?
do things so we diverted for whatever reason. But for me, as I said again, as an actor, you do certain things where you think it's interesting as a character. They are not, all the characters you're playing are not exactly what you believe in. You may be killing, you may be raping. Doesn't mean that that's what you believe in. You're playing a role. So you experiment as an actor, your craft. It's a craft.
But did at any point of time you wanted to be known as a comedian than a villain?
I came in as a villain. I've done leads. I've done comic.
But you won more awards as a comedian.
No, but I don't know what is a comedian. I mean, honestly speaking, we
He's
are
also
all
an actor.
We are all actors. At the end of the day, you have a lead actor, you have a supporting actor. So whether you are a lead actor doing funny stuff, or action, or drama, or tragedy, you're an actor. And that's a genre. So I'm an actor.
As an actor, you cater to from a small kid to a adult. I mean, an old man. Do you find it really tough because children they like something else, but whereas the adults they want something else?
See, also one thing you learn from advertising. I've been in advertising for a long while. I started with that. It is a target audience. When you make a film, who are you making the film for? So when you make a soap, so you make a certain soap which is 3 rupees. And you have Nike or a brand of shoes which is 6,000 rupees. The target audience is very different. Everybody has a child inside them. Every adult has a child inside them. So it appeals to adults also because the child inside them will laugh.
And you were giving voice for Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
And how do you recollect that?
I did it just for experimenting my craft.
Can I hear it once because I have been hearing?
Oh yes, Mickey was like this. I did it about 20 years ago. It was great fun. Oh, Minnie.
So I don't even recall 15 years ago. Yeah.
Still, that sounds very interesting because.
The Donald Duck was there, then there was quite a few.
And where do you find yourself comfortable, on the mini screen or on the big screen?
Anywhere where I can entertain. I call myself an entertainer, so I try to entertain
And,
in whatever way.
about your father, he had tremendous influence on you, I suppose.
Well, as an actor, yes, I've seen his work. When I grew up, I appreciated it much more. As a child, I didn't understand because he started his career as a child actor, and he's had like 65 years of career behind him now. He's done everything.
And he might have really influenced you.
No, it's all there. As subconsciously, you're living, you're seeing every day. There are two aspects. There is the person, the father, and there is the actor. So his work on screen is something totally different from what he is.
Seeing him, you wanted to come to films?
No. I was never into wanting to. It just was what I call luck by chance in back home in Tokyo.
You never wanted to be an actor?
I just flowed with the current. No, I wanted to be an electronic engineer at some point, and didn't happen. And then I shifted from science to arts. Then I did psychology. And then I didn't know what was. I used to dance and entertain. I loved entertaining. So I was no film. And then my final year, that's when I was approached. I was advertising, I was writing, copywriting sometimes, modeling of course, and all that was happening while I was in college. And this offer came when the final year of my college, and this movie, it came to me. So I said, okay, why not? And I just flowed with the current where it took me. And I tried to do what I maintained was to give your 100%. And your honesty and integrity into whatever you do. So it's not whether you do it for a 100 rupee fee or for 100,000 fee. No, the effort should not change. For me, that was important. Whether I work for that much money or for that much money, my effort and my focus and attention.
We are all anxious to see the movie. It's coming on January 9th, I suppose. And what should we expect from this movie, and especially your role? What are you going to give the people of Kerala as an actor?
See, I think this movie, like I said again, it speaks about what we have in common. And especially in today's times, there's a lot of, it's very volatile what's happening. There's a lot of hatred, there's a lot of negative things being spread out in the name of politics, in the name of religion. And I think what this movie does is look at the other side and, makes it more of an understanding that, look at the similarities, look at what we have in common, look at how we can solve it, and there is so much in common. So it's about forgiving, it's about brotherhood, it's about a lot of things. Media creates, politics creates a lot of messes for people sometimes.
So you're going to have a message for people?
Yeah, but it's not like a lecture message, It is being said in a very good story. So,
and how do you think, how much justice have you done to it?
And it's entertaining, by the way. So even though there's a message, it's got action, it's got fun, comedy, it's got emotions, it's got a little love, it's got friendship. So it's got all these elements which move in a pace which is entertaining and engrossing. At the end of the day, it's whatever you say, it's movie. Movie is about engrossing you and telling you a story which keeps you engrossed and entertained. So this does that. So it's not that you go and say, oh, it's a lecture film. No. It's a message film, yes, but it's got it keeps you entertained.
We are all eager to see the movie anyway. I wish you best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for spending time with me.
Thank you. Pleasure.
It was nice.
Pleasure. Thank you, sir.